Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Tuesday tip, where in this video I'm gonna have a very casual conversation with you guys, showing you what I use to make the videos that you guys see on a weekly basis. So first and foremost, I'm sick, so I'm sorry if I sound funny and that this video sucks, but we're doing it, and I thought you guys might be interested in the things that I use and the tools that I use to make these videos happen. So very first thing, probably the most important, is this cell phone tripod. It's the Joby 1K kit with a metal phone holder guy. I don't really know what you would call this. Metal phone holder that just threads onto the tripod. This thing, you've probably seen them before. They can be bent to be used literally anywhere. So you can bend it out like I'm attempting to do with my legs here to make it a tripod. You can bend it around pipes and pretty much anything, tree limbs. Literally, this thing is what I use for the majority of my videos, this and my phone. I guess we probably should have started with what I'm using to actually film the videos, and that is my iPhone 8. I film most things in 4K 60 frames per second. So like, I'd probably say a good 90% of the videos that you guys see come from my iPhone. So if there's anyone out there who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel and thinking, oh, I don't have a camera, I don't have the equipment, literally use the phone that you have. Any phone made in the last 5 years is good enough, because when it comes to live streaming, the camera that you guys are seeing me through is an iPhone 6 camera. The news video, iPhone 6 camera. Nobody notices, and it works great. So don't let anything hold you back. One of these is, I think it's like $30 to buy the entire thing, maybe 20 if you're just buying the tripod part. This is what you need if you want to film yourself too. Not even if you want to make YouTube videos or you just want to film stuff for Instagram. This right here, it's the Joby, right here, Joby 1K kit. And then this is the name on the phone holder. I made sure that I ended up with the metal one because I kept breaking all of those plastic ones. And if you plan on filming yourself a lot, you might as well get a metal one that's going to last forever versus a plastic one that could break at any time. When it comes to these tripods, I've used the cheap ones, I've used the smaller ones. They all wear out so fast, or they just break. This thing right here lasts me for 6 months to a year. Then I have to replace it because I use it almost every single day. So for you guys, it should last quite a while. And like I said, they're not super expensive. There's also a link to this tripod, the phone holder, the camera, everything else that I'm going to be talking about today. There's going to be links in the description below to these things, where if you purchase using the link, 1, you don't have to pay more, and 2, I get a cut of that sale. So if you guys are thinking about buying any equipment for filming or anything in general from Amazon, use a link in the description and buy everything that you're going to, and it will help support the channel. That being said, let's move on. So when it comes to real camera videos, I've been working on a full-length video for 3 years now, something like that. I put out edits, I film real videos, and when I do a lot of my tips and tricks videos, I'll bust out the real camera. And by real camera, I mean the Panasonic GH4. This camera came out 2014 or 15. It was one of the first consumer cameras that was a real deal camera that shot 4K for a reasonable price. And this thing has made so many videos for me. So many videos. I've got the fisheye lens on it right now. It's a Rokinon 7.5mm lens. This is what the majority of my lip lords, edits, anything like that is shot on, and I love this camera. Recently, the ribbon cable that connects the screen to the camera body itself wore out, and I took it apart and replaced the ribbon cable, and it's back up and working 100%. So that camera is awesome, and it's a reasonable price, and it's an amazing camera for that reasonable price compared to everything else new. Moving on from there, let's talk about the tripod that I use when I use that camera. This is the tripod. We'll give you a better view of it here, front to back. If you guys aren't familiar with like professional grade tripods, they're made up of 2 different parts. So we've got the tripod head and then the tripod itself, which is sometimes referred to as the legs. They come apart, and usually you buy these things separately. So for my tripod head, I've got a Benru S2 fluid head. And honestly, guys, unless they've updated this thing, I don't recommend it. I bought it because it was New just came out at the time. They gave me a great deal on it at the camera store that I went to. But in the cold, this thing does not pan or tilt smoothly whatsoever. It doesn't want to move. And I don't know, I just use it because tripod heads are expensive and it works. Other than that, I don't really recommend it that much, and there's way better options for the same price that I paid for this. But coming down to the tripod itself, the legs, the Enduro AT114, it's an aluminum leg tripod, and if you guys notice, it's not the conventional style that the legs use to tighten and loosen. These things are actually thread lock with a rubber handle that you tighten and loosen, and I absolutely love this thing. It makes it last forever, essentially, because you're just tightening and loosening it rather than having to use some sort of plastic lever that's gonna break at some point in time. So that's the tripod I use for my real camera. Now, let's move to a camera that I've been using for a few of my recent videos you guys might have seen. That is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I got the Hero 7 Black because I read that the upgrades over this to the 8 just aren't really worth the money, and it's essentially the same thing, but the 7 Black just doesn't use the stabilization that's built in 4K recording. I'm totally fine with that. Doesn't matter to me. You guys have seen the videos. They turned out great. The audio's great, and it was an upgrade over a Hero 3 Black, which came out I don't even know how many years ago. So that's a huge upgrade for me. And then what I use to actually film those point of view videos is a generic, no brand name chest mount. It's got no branding on it, probably came from Amazon. I don't know, it was a gift when I got the Hero 3. That thing is amazing, and it functions literally exactly the same as a GoPro branded one. So lesson out there, do your research before you buy any GoPro accessories or anything like that, because GoPro branded accessories are way more expensive than they should be, and you can get the exact same thing without the brand logo for a much cheaper price, and it works exactly the same. I just knew that I was gonna forget something. I've got two quick things to add in here. The first is this big ball of wire. This is an Audio-Technica self-powered lav mic. This thing is only like $30. I use it to get rid of the pops, the wind noise, and the hiss that can come with recording audio of yourself talking with an onboard microphone on a camera. This thing, seriously, for only $30 is so nice to have. It gives such high quality audio for the price compared to some of the other lav mic options out there. And when you pair it with what I'm about to show you, it allows you to be wireless without having to buy a wireless transmitting system. So this thing is seriously amazing. I love using it, and it's just great, especially ever since I realized that I could plug it directly into my camera and skip what I'm about to show you, but that does not diminish how much I love this thing as well. This is the Zoom H1. This is the original version, and as you can see, it's been through some stuff. BMX riders put their equipment through a lot, and this is how I used to record the audio from that microphone before I realized, like I said, I could plug it into my camera. This thing also has stereo microphones on top that record, and it has some really high quality audio that it can record as well. So it's dual purpose, and it's just, for being as cheap as this thing is, it's got a lot of function, and they've upgraded it. So there's a newer version yet than this thing. So if you guys want to get some high quality audio, you can pair these two things, buy the older version, buy the newer version. You're still only going to be around $100 to $150 for some very high quality audio. I forgot to take these to the skate park with me yesterday whenever I recorded this video. So there they are. Today is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve and Merry Christmas tomorrow, and let's get into the rest of this video. So other than that, I think that's everything that I use to make my videos other than the person filming them. The main thing that I wanted to point out here is just this tripod is amazing, and I haven't talked about this in a video since my last video about how to self-film, which I was using a smaller version of this. This thing is so much better, and I would just recommend going for this. Don't bother buying a cheap phone tripod. They're junk, they break, and they're not worth it. Buy a good one, buy a metal holder for it, and you'll be set for the foreseeable future. And here's a quick example of what this phone tripod can do for you if you're filming yourself like I'm doing right now. This is just holding the phone like I was. I have the phone in the tripod. Well, boom, you can get that much further away, that much easier. And honestly, holding it like this is so much more stable that this is the only way to go if you're gonna film yourself. You don't have to worry about accidentally touching the screen and focusing on something else and being out of focus and have to redoing anything. You just do it. And the handle on this thing is, it feels like it's actually meant to be a handle because those little balls that connect to each other basically give finger grip with the way that they're made, essentially. And real quick here, before we end this video, I just want to say, if there's anything that I covered in this video, any one piece of equipment that you want me to cover more in depth in another video, I'd be happy to do that. I wanted to make this to kind of show you guys that you don't need crazy expensive equipment to make YouTube videos. I have a real camera. I have a real tripod. I have real microphones, which I just realized I didn't talk about, so I probably inserted another video from at home. I have all of the stuff that you guys might think that you need to make real deal, high quality content, and I'm choosing to use my phone, and you guys don't really notice a difference. So let me know if you have any questions. I love that I can use this phone and make videos and bust out the camera when I know that I need to or that I should. And hopefully this gets rid of some mystery for you guys and maybe gives some of you some motivation to start making videos of your own, or gives you some help in filming your own videos that you already do. That being said, I want to thank you guys for being here and watching, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. If you found your way here from somewhere else, consider hitting the subscribe button down below so that hopefully we will see all of you again tomorrow for another video. I want to thank you guys again for watching, and goodbye.